The ballers in here tonight, they gon' buy you 100 bottles. And soon as you shake it, I know they gon' make it Colossal in here. Cause shawty, you thinking them tricks that you do with your body, yeah. Got all of these niggas, they crowding around you like they seen Beyonce in here. You want your own and you need your own, baby, who am I to judge? Cause how could I ever trip about it when I met you in the club? I make enough for the both of us, but you dance anyway. You know I reside in the
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a makeup tutorial on this look here. I feel like I haven't done an actual tutorial in so long, so I wanted to come and just start like getting back in the hang of putting up tutorials, because like I don't know, I just beat my face every day. I just haven't been filming it, so I thought that I would go ahead and film a tutorial on this kind of matte brown smoky eye kind of look that I have been rocking lately. I've been really loving this look. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I have been putting up a look that's similar to this. I kind of do it different ways every time I do it, because that's like the whole art of the whole makeup thing. But I really have been loving this particular look here, so I wanted to go ahead and put up a tutorial on it because I've really been loving it. I also wanted to touch on a few things in this video, basically makeup for people that have oily skin and combination skin. I wanted to show you guys a few tips and tricks that I use to keep my oil under control, because I do have combination to oily skin. So in the places where I have oily problems, I wanted to show you guys how I keep it under control. So that's basically another reason why I wanted to make this video, but mainly focusing on the actual looks, and plus I wanted to use a lot of new products. It's a lot of reasons why I wanted to make this video, but I am going to go ahead and show you guys how I got this look. So if you guys would like to see it, then just keep watching. Thanks guys. Hi guys. Alright, so I'm going to start out with my primer, and I'm using Benefit's Porefessional because I have a tendency to get oily in my T-zone and my chin area. I mentioned this in the video a while back, but I'm just going to put my primer there because this is going to control the oil throughout the day, and it's also going to help me with my pore issues that I have going on there. Alright, so moving on to my foundation, I'm going to be using the Revlon Colorstay foundation, and this one is the one for combination to oily skin. And I like to use this one on days that I'm a little bit oilier than I normally am, because this one is like perfect. It gives me the perfect finish. It kind of gives me like a satin matte type of finish, but it doesn't like oil up throughout the day. I really don't have to touch it up or anything like that. It's the perfect foundation for people that have combination oily skin, and it's just an amazing foundation hands down. But it's really good for my skin on days that I have really oily skin. And alright, next moving on to my concealer, and I'm just going to use MAC Pro Longwear concealer. And I know before a lot of you guys say this, yes, that is a lot of concealer, which is why I am using this expert face brush to blend it out. As you guys can see, I did put on a lot of concealer, but I really just, I don't know, sometimes I just have a tendency to go concealer crazy, and it didn't look bad. It came together, and blending out the concealer with this brush just is perfect. You can put on any of like the most concealer ever and take this brush and blend it out, and it'll get all of it blended out perfectly. I just love blending my concealer with this brush. It's perfect. And I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and just put it down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. Alright, so I'm going to blend out any harsh lines that I have with the same foundation brush that I used before. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this is just an E.L.F powder brush, and I really like to use this brush for my foundation. So I'm going to go in with this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the color Medium Deep, I believe. It might be Medium Dark. I have it listed in the description box below. But I'm just going to set my concealer. Everywhere I put my concealer, I'm just going to set it with this. Now I can't do it all over my face, but I just wanted to set my concealer with it today. And I'm going to go in with a mattifying powder to set the rest of my face. It's the Neutrogena Shine Control powder. And I'm going to go in and set the rest of this with a E.L.F sponge that came with another powder, because just pressing this powder into my face, it just helps my foundation last all day long, and I really don't have to touch it up. And as you can see, I'm really going over those areas where I mentioned that I get oily at. I'm really going over those areas with this powder because I don't want it to get oily at all. Moving on to brows, and I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Yes, Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I'm just going to do one brow. Will show you guys me doing one brow. I kind of didn't want to do both brows on here because it would have took forever to do, but I'm just going to fill in my brows with this. I recently just started using this, and I can't believe I haven't been using this. Like, you guys will see it in a favorites video coming up, but it's perfect. I see why everyone is obsessed with this and everyone does their brows with this, because it's perfect. And ever since I bought this, I'm probably not gonna go back to the NYC pencils, even though this is like expensive. It's like $20, but it's worth it. It's seriously worth it. Okay, I'm not digging up my nose, I'm just scratching it. But next I'm going in with my NYC Wonder Pencil, I believe this called. No, this is NYX Wonder Pencil, and I think it's in deep, and I'm just going to clean up my brows. Next I'm going to just set my brow with Great Lash by Maybelline, and it's the clear one. Alright, so my eyelids get extremely oily, so I'm going to go in with MAC Soft Orchard, and I am going to go in with Urban Decay Primer Potion, and that is what I'm just going to use to prime my eyelids. This is just going to help my shadows last, and like I said, my eyelids get oily, which is really weird, but they get really oily, so this just helps my eyeshadow stay and my eyes doesn't get oily. Alright, now I'm going to go in with MAC Soft Brown, and I'm just going to use this as my transitional color. I'm using a brush from Sunny Technique, I believe it's a blending brush, and I'm just going to use this to blend the shadow in. Like I said, I'm using this as my transitional color, so I'm going to go in with windshield wiper motions and just apply this in that area, a little bit above my crease, not directly in my crease, but a little bit above it. And now I'm going to go in with ColourPop's Bandit, and this is probably like one of my favorite shadows from them. I've been using this like crazy since I bought it, but I'm going to go in with this, and I'm just going to put this on my lid. Now I'm not going to take it all the way across my lid. I'm just going to take it probably about 3/4 in, and I'm going to leave that inner portion blank because I'm going to go in with a lighter color later. But I'm just going to make sure I blend Bandit in very well, because I want it to kind of stick out a little bit, because I am going to go in with the darker color, but I really want Bandit to stand out as well. So I'm making sure I pack this color on, and like I said, I'm not going any more further than probably like 3/4 in on the lid. Next, I'm going to go in with the Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to take the color Expresso, and I'm just going to put this in the outer V, and I'm just gonna blend it out until it's not as dark as it is anymore. Basically, I just kind of want it to have kind of like a 3-tone smoky eye, which is really weird, but I don't know, it came out looking very nice. I'm gonna go back in with Bandit, and I'm just gonna blend it until, like I said, I get to my liking. I didn't want it to be very dark, so I'm just using Bandit to lighten it up a little bit. And also, to help it lighten up a little bit, I'm going to go back in with that same brush and transitional color and just blend it out a little bit and just blend everything together. Basically, I am going to do the step again, but I wanted to do it now just to kind of lighten up that espresso color. Alright, so now I am going to go in with Creme Brulee, or maybe it's just Brulee. I don't remember, but it's from Wet n Wild, and it's like the perfect brow bone color, and I just wanted to apply this in that blank area on my lid and just blend it in very nicely and just make sure it blends in with the other colors. I'm also going to use this as my brow bone highlight today, and I know it looks a little off, but like I said, I'm going to go back in with that transitional color and just blend everything together, and I'm doing that now. Whatever's left, I didn't add any more product to this brush. I just went in and just used the same brush to just blend everything together and just make everything look put together. Alright, I'm going to go back in with Bandit, and I'm just going to apply that to my lower lash line and just kind of smoke out this look a little bit. I didn't want to use Expresso because I felt like Expresso would have been too dark, so I just used Bandit to kind of just smoke out the look a little bit. And just kind of make it look blended and just put together. I went in with soft brown and just blended it under Bandit. Because I am doing a smoky eye, I'm going to go in with the black liner. This is one of the Rimmel Scandaleyes, and I am just going to apply this to my waterline. And I'm going to apply my liner. This is the E.L.F. cream liner, and it's probably one of my favorite liners, but I'm just going to apply it here. As you can see, I was struggling a little bit, but off camera I kind of got it together and it just came together, but yeah. Alright, so I'm going to curl my lashes and I'm going to apply my mascara. I will have the mascaras that I use listed in the description box below because, I don't know, every time I apply my mascara on camera, it just takes forever. And I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible, so I'm going to have those listed below. So I'm going to finish up my face, and I'm going to go in with the NYC bronzer and a contour brush from Saint Keshnik, and I'm going to just kind of contour my face, just add that little shadow back into my face where it's naturally at. And then I'm going to go in with a Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer. I can't remember the name of it again, it'll be listed below. And a kabuki brush from E.L.F. and just bronze up my face. I'm going to go on my forehead, on my jawline, my cheekbones, everywhere. I'm just going to bronze up my face and just add a little bit more color and just try to make it look as natural as possible. So now I'm going to go in with my blush. I'm using two blushes today because I kind of mixed the two together. I just love the color that this gives. The camera is not doing it justice. It's not showing up as gorgeous as it normally does, but it's so pretty in person. And it's I'll have the name of them below. I can't remember the name of the Maybelline one, but the MAC one is Stay Pretty, and it's so pretty. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my normal highlighting routine. I'm going to use this E.L.F. Healthy Glow Bronzer and just add a little bit of highlight where my face is like naturally glowy at, so it'll look like I'm glowing from within. And then I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild highlighter, and it's one of the Fergie ones, and I am just going to apply this to the highest points of my cheekbone, down the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And I am going to just blend it out with the brush with no product on it, and just kind of blend everything together and make everything look together. If you guys haven't noticed, blending is very important to me, so I tried my best to make everything look blended together as much as possible. And for my lips, I'm going to go in with Tawny from Jordana, which is just a lip liner, and I'm just going to line my lips with this. And then I'm going to go in with a ColourPop lippy stick in the color Lumineer. This is the one that Kathleen Lights created with them. And I've been absolutely obsessed with this lippy stick for about a week now. But I love it so much. And I'm just going to drench my face in setting spray. This is an E.L.F. setting spray. And that is about it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, so that was the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you guys are interested in this lovely necklace that I have on, I did get it from Shop Lately. So if you guys are interested in that, I will have Shop Lately's website and actual link to this necklace in the description box below if you guys are interested in that. And I think that is about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Check out all my social media sites on the side over here. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and don't forget to check out my previous video if you haven't already seen it, and check out my fashion blog okivahoward.com where I post all of my fashion posts. I think that is about it. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.